Hi, the AUA conference is over and it was great. I met a lot of awesome people, learned about a lot of great advocacy programs that's going on in the country. The urologists really want to be of service to everyone. I felt really comfortable at the conference, especially on Capitol Hill. The staff members that work for our Congress people are phenomenal. They're very young, but they are hungry and what they know how to help you. And so it was a really great time. And so on a personal level, I've met some very important individuals. One guy I met named is Fred, a older white gentleman who works at Walter Reed Hospital, and he has invited me to come speak with his group, his prostate cancer support group that he runs. And once a month, his group meets his veterans who've been diagnosed with prostate cancer. And he said they always have a lot of questions on what next, and does food help? Eating the right diet, does that help? And so, as I was explaining to him that I have written books pertaining to food intake and how they could be very helpful to your journey with prostate cancer. And so, one of the things that I'm doing right now is working on a podcast. The title is "I Have Cancer, Now What?" And so, what I will do is focus in depth on once cancer treatment is finished, and then the doctor releases you and tell you come back in 3 months, or come back in 6 months, or come back in 12 months. And so I was lost during that time period, and I just went back to the same old things that I was doing because the cancer was out, the prostate was out, and no cancer, right? But as my PSA started rising again, I um, I look deeper, and to do the same things over and over is insanity. I made a lot of changes, and the one change that I made that I feel was very crucial to my journey and my healing is food intake. So I became a alkaline vegan, and so when I tell people that, most people like, "What is that?" And so basically, I tell them that the food is on a pH level, right? So you have anything that's 6.99 and under is acidic. 7 is neutral. Anything above 7 is alkaline. And so I only eat the foods that are alkaline. So, well, let me take that back. I'm 100% vegan, and I'm 80/20 alkaline vegan. So, but basically, I'm alkaline vegan. And so there's a lot of things that I was telling him, and he was excited. He was pumped. He was like, "Well, you need to come speak to my group." And I'm very impressed with you already. And so I'll give you a call. So that's one guy I met, Fred. And so the podcast that I'm launching, I Have Cancer, Now What? Will have 5 phases to it. The first phase is called Stabilizing Your Body. Your body's been through a lot. And so as you deal with cancer and getting back to normal, you have to stabilize your body, get your body into a stable rhythm that's going to help you. That's phase one. Phase two is strengthen your mind. And how do you strengthen your mind? You put good things in it. You have good thoughts. You pray. You do the things that's going to make you feel better and not put you in a depressive state. Right? That's two. Phase three is structure your lifestyle. Key, right? Because when you structure your lifestyle, you allow your lifestyle to be guided by you in the things that you want, as opposed to your lifestyle being guided by the world. So I'll just leave it at that. But I dive deeper into it. And then phase four is strengthen your spirit. Your spirit is so important in this journey, any journey that you're on. If you have a good, strong spirit and you are allowing to be led spiritually, that internal will become external. So if you have a bad internal spirit, it's going to reflect in your lifestyle. If you have a good internal spirit, it's going to reflect in your lifestyle. So make sure you have a good spirit. Make sure you have a good support group. Make sure you have a good system in place to help you communicate with God, pray to God, ask God for questions, ask God questions, and then finally, sustain the change. When you make these changes, you're gonna mess up sometimes. But if you're consistently pushing and moving forward, you will reap benefits. You will reap benefits. So sustain the change. So your body, your mind, your lifestyle, your spirit, and you want to sustain those things. So make sure you lock in and be on the lookout for that podcast. I have cancer now. What? Yes, another thing. I am going to do a 7-day challenge on cancer survivorship. It's going to be a 7-day journey that we'll take together, free of charge, no charge, where we will walk through a 7-day process of survivorship. How can you survive cancer? How can you be who God made you to be with cancer? And then once it's over, how can you position your body to be the best cancer fighting organism on earth? Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I pray that you have a great day. I'm about to get on the plane so I can go home and get back to my wife, my kids, my grandkids, and my students at school. We have a track meet tomorrow, so my runners are excited to see it. Will be excited to see me tomorrow. So thank y'all and have a great day.